whether he's going to be able to take control. Wants to turn this around, he's going to need to focus on those lengths to really get Femi to the back. He also needs to just inject some of that variation. We've seen him trying those very well-timed boasts in the front. He's been unsuccessful in some of the light touches that he's been very good at in all this time. Classic Paul Kadoma. I'm sure he acknowledges letting the first game down, and he'll be coming back and turning those tables. Now in the next few rallies coming in the second game, these are going to be absolutely crucial. Whoever decides to dictate the first half of the second game is going to have the advantage in confidence. Now if Femi can stretch his lead, well, he'll be in such a great position to now close off the second game and have a 2-0 lead against and get a couple of points in the first half of the second and just level things up. But we'll have to see. Femi leading 1-love and a stroke decision called. Oh, what a response.
3-1.
Now 3-1 in the second. We'll be able to tell just a little bit later on who's got the medal to secure a win in the second game. Now if you've noticed it, Femi had a sluggish return on that backhand. Now, I don't know if you noticed it, but Femi is breathing hard. Now here we go, video review.
Okay, let's okay.
Now a small infraction. You say he's asking for let, and really he's asking for stroke. And this is a quick serve from Femi, which led into the decision now for let or stroke.
Decision overruled, stroke.
Decision overruled, stroke.
You still have your 2 reviews.
Stroke to Femi. And now
score is 4-1.
4-1 in the second. Now can Femi stretch the lead? He's got a good start to the first or second half. Can he stretch the lead? If he does want to do that, he'll be in a great position to close out this second game. And that's just Femi acknowledging that that wasn't successful. Would have put Paul under pressure, but now he's on the comeback. 3-4. Now these players both woke up early hours of the morning to get some court time. They've been spending a lot of time between their rooms and the courts. And that, of course, is going to have an impact on how alert they are in the semi-final. And although the option of enjoying the pool area is still there, none of them have chosen that option.
4.
And now Paul Kaduma takes the lead for the first time in the second, 6-4. As he approaches that back left corner, he's aware that the ball can change direction at any moment.
5-6. Yes, let 5-6.
Now, that's very similar to what happened previously. He reviewed and he got a stroke. And that's why he's asking now about the let decision. He's asking if the next time that happens, should he play the shot?
But he made every effort to clear.
So he made an effort, the ball touched him as well as he was moving. When the ball touched him, what was that?
No, but do you want a video review?
It's fine, it's fine.
So 5-6 is the score. You're playing let. All.
And Paul keeping that aggression going, really wanting to keep the pace up. He doesn't feel that Femi has what it takes to follow his lead when it comes to keeping the ball up and going. And that is really going for the player. Surely that's no let. Surely that's no let. That's directly to the player. He's going to have to review that if he wants a better decision. That's surely. Now, decision from the officials. He does have one review remaining, so if he does decide to go for a review, we'll have a chance to analyze that and make a decision from Leon. I cannot believe it.
All.
I cannot believe it. He was given a let. So both these players really having discussions saying, like, you know, we don't really see the consistency from the officials. And they both agree now.
From the right, 6-all.
Back to it, play let.
That's a stroke ball, 7-6. Up, 8-6.
Femi picking up the pace, not wasting any time. I think I was wrong in saying
9-6.
he might be feeling a bit of the burn, but we have had a few stops and starts, and that's enough to reset the tempo. Now looks like Femi is feeling really good, and too many errors from
10.
the Ugandan.
Game ball, 6. Game ball, 6.
back in it. Great athleticism shown by Femi. And Paul can give it as much as he can take it. What is that? Femi absolutely loving that. And that was fantastic by the Nigerian, who managed to recover after just showing outstanding athleticism and having to really dig deep to calm the ball down. And now takes it to 2 love up for the Nigerian. And as the Nigerian heads out, he has the audience of his counterpart from the ladies division, who also won her way through to the finals. Now, discussion time between Femi and Rafayat, and they're joined by Ahmed from Egypt. And just superb performance in that last run for Femi, who really showed his athleticism. He shows that he has what it takes to take on the likes of Paul. And now Femi takes a commanding 2-love lead. And geez, what a way to finish the last game. That final rally was a real pure showcase of movement as Femi stretched to the limits, and he still managed to defend and turn that defense into an attack and seal the game in what spectacular fashion. Now the Nigerian is playing with confidence. He's 2 love up. Power and incredible movement is what we saw in the first 2, and now he's just 1 game away from sealing a spot in the finals. And so far we've seen that Femi has been dominating this first half. Could it go to a 5-setter? Yes, absolutely it could. His physicality, which I was doubting earlier, I'd like to apologize to my Nigerian family. Turns out Femi has got it, and he has what it takes to push through the physicality contest against Paul. And also when it comes to his shot execution and his ability to really take the ball early.
Time.
Has been a game changer for Femi in this second game. Now we head into the third game. Big changes now for Paul Kaduma. He really wants to bring this one home for Uganda. He's on home turf.
2-0.
And should the Nigerian get through to the final, it means Kenya takes on Nigeria.
Silence,
and that'll be in the men's draw. And in the ladies' draw, Nigeria takes on Zimbabwe. Now, second game.
Femi to serve. Lavo.
Paul now finds himself in a must-win situation. Now he needs to really change something and take control right from the beginning. And he knows he can do it. Moving swiftly, reacting. Now, the pace has really turned up, and we know Femi can get there. We know he's got the grit. And physicality is not going to work against the Nigerian. We have to find another solution. Precision, careful shot selection.
Down ball.
And that's what it boils down to. Absolute tight drops from the Nigerian.
Stroke ball. 2 love.
That's a stroke hold against Paul. And a beautiful shot by Femi. Fist pumps the air. Now taking it to 3 love in the final game. And this game is just absolutely crucial for the Ugandan. Oh! softly
love.
yet surely. Now, if Femi keeps playing with this intensity, he's going to be playing his way all the way into the finals. And being 2-love up, he just needs to control this game and keep consistent, keep forcing the error. And if he does that, he could wrap up Paul Kaduma, which will say a lot
5
about
love.
Nigeria's squash scene. And what these fans are looking for now in Tororo is if Paul can just switch a gear and find another way to extend some rallies and place his balls where it gives enough pressure for Femi and force that error. And that's surely going to be a stroke, as he can't play his ball. He's right in front of him. He cracks a joke.
6 love is a stroke.
It's a stroke, surely. 6-love in the third. Could he wrap it up in 3 straight games against a stalwart of East Africa? Whichever way it happens, that's got to hurt for Paul. Many balls that are going down to the 10.
7 love. 7 love.
Now 7-love in the final, or in the third. And does Paul have what it takes to dig himself back out? And there's no doubt about that. He has what it takes to climb his way out of this. Now
8
8-love.
love.
And it looks like Femi is in full control as he powers his way through to the final with such confidence, and Paul just
9
not getting that
love.
10 and getting the response that he wants. Now 9-love. That's just unfortunate. Putting some points on the
1-9.
board now for the Ugandan. 1-9. And starting his uphill journey. He's asking for
10-1.
decision.
Game ball and match
He's
point.
not asking for a decision. Straight into match point.
2-10.
2-10. Femi having a comfortable lead and match balls. And that's it.
11-2. Game 2.
Femi of Nigeria successfully sealing the deal for the West Africans in what a display of phenomenal talent from the Nigerian. And no doubt West Africa is going to be celebrating the fact that we've got an all Nigerian, all West African affair in our finals in Uganda. And what an absolute stormer from Femi, who now takes on Muqtadir Nimji. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, Femi takes victory in dominant fashion, sealing a straight games win over Uganda's #1, Paul Kaduma, to book his place in the Uganda Squash Open 2025 final And what a commanding performance from the Nigerian. It just simply was too strong, too fast, and too clinical today for the Ugandan. And from the very first point, Femi really set the tone with his aggressive play and physical dominance. He controlled that tee, attacked at every opportunity, and forced Paul to lead himself into those errors, which really he's going to have to be working on to make sure that he can damage the likes of the West African in the future. So many points went down for Paul Kaduma, and unfortunately they all added up. On the other hand, Femi's shots were absolute precise, and his retrievals were fantastic, never really giving up, and just finishing those rallies with absolute authority against Uganda's number one. And with that said, Paul did fight hard, and he just couldn't find a way to break Femi's rhythm. The Ugandan had moments of brilliance, especially in the early stages of each of the games, but Femi really found an extra gear when it mattered most, and Paul will take plenty of positives out of this tournament. But today he came up against an opponent that was just on top form. Now for Femi, with this win, he moves into the finals where he'll face Muqtadir Nimji after his win against Ravi, and he now plays in the final in Tororo at the Rock Classic Hotel. And it's going to be a tough clash as Kenya faces off against Nigeria. And will he be able to maintain the level of pressure that he gave against the Ugandan in the final? Well, we'll find out very soon. For now, congratulations to Femi for his brilliant victory, and stay with us for more squash action coming from Rock Classic Hotel in Tororo, Uganda. And if you're streaming in from outside of our borders, make sure to like, subscribe, and get all those notifications. We'll be speaking to our players shortly and find out their strengths and weaknesses that they came across. Paul won't be too happy about it. And there he is now, having a word with Team Uganda. And that there is Herbert, who consoling him for his great efforts and display of exceptional squash from Uganda. And the Ugandan community in squash have been doing a phenomenal job in getting organization, tournaments, and growing juniors, all in the spirit of drawing in young talents for the future of squash in Uganda, the future of squash in Africa. And of course, these are the moments where the youngsters realize that we can't win them all, and it requires hard work, dedication, and a step-by-step approach to improving your game and never giving up. And there's that youngster in the yellow, of course, looking up to Paul, not expecting a loss today, but loss is part of the game. And there we are, the Ugandan community exchanging words. A disappointing loss for Paul. Now let's head on down there and have a conversation with Paul and get his perspective. As we make our way down, we'll be having a chat with Paul Kaduma of Uganda and also Femi from Nigeria.
Squash players battle it out in juniors, men's and women's categories for a thrilling week of non-stop action. With players flying in from across the globe, this tournament promises excitement like never before. February 16th to 22nd at Rock Classic Hotel in Tororo. Total prize money $6,300. Free airport transfers, meals and accommodation for all players. Register today and be part of history. See you on the court. This February, all roads lead to Tororo for the Uganda Open Squash Tournament 2025. Watch top squash players battle it out in juniors, men's and women's categories for a thrilling week of non-stop action. With players flying in from across the globe, this tournament promises excitement like never before. February 16th to 22nd at Rock Classic Hotel in Tororo. Total prize money $6,300. Free airport transfers, meals and accommodation for all players. Register today and be part of history. See you on the court.
Femi, congratulations, great display. Femi, congratulations, great display of squash. You dominated from the start to the finish today. What was your game plan coming into the match, and do you feel like you executed your plan today?
Yeah. Thank you very much for the congratulatory message, first and foremost. Well, I would say I actually executed my plan. The plan was to manage Kadoma, or rather condition Kadoma and manage the crowd. Because first and foremost, I understand that Kadoma is from Uganda here. Of course, I don't expect the fans to be too much for me. They did very well, no doubt, but I had to find a way of playing to their mind to enable me to have a good game. That's what you just saw there. So I would say a very big thank you to the organizers of this Rock Classic tournament, putting this up, and the management of the Uganda Sport Federation. They did very well. The hospitality is awesome. Proper rest, proper dieting has enabled me to perform very well. Yeah, if I wasn't eating very well, I don't think I would have been doing well in court. I would say thank you for the fruits, basically, because I was actually munching so many of them. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Now, the final point in that second game was like a real showcase of athleticism. When I saw you fist bumping, but how important is it for you to be like physically fit in your style of play?
So it's training, basically. You understand it. I try to be very disciplined because discipline plays a very big role when it comes to sports in general. If you're not disciplined, you won't be able to perform very well. There are so many things that you don't do as a pro athlete. People see you and they think, oh, you don't have style, you don't do this, you don't have actions. But if you continue to behave well, you get proper results. Yeah.
Now you're into the final. Now what's your mindset going to be going into the biggest match of the tournament?
So I was told, growing up in squash, that you don't stop a winning strategy. You understand it? The same formation I've used for Kadoma, I'm also going to try and implement. If it doesn't work, I switch. You understand it? So that's it.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Thank you. The president.
Are you able to take well played.
Thank you.
Good game.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
not quite the result that you wanted. It was a tough match going into this semi-final with a strong opponent. But what was your biggest challenge you faced in this match today?
Biggest challenge I get it today, but I will try to push the ball before they refuse to go.
Yeah.
Yes, while I was come with my strategy.
Yeah.
The strategy refused to come. But I was pushing the ball, but the ball hit.
Yeah. Now there's a few times that you hit the tin and you lost a lot of points. The ball didn't really go above the tin. Did that frustrate you and make you change your strategy, or do you still want to go for drop shots?
I tried to change the strategy, but the strategy refused to come. That's why I don't have it.
Now,
I'm not resting. I'm still training. Today is today, tomorrow is tomorrow.
now the finals are taking place tomorrow. It's Nigerian against the Kenyan. But for yourself, you must have taken some positive things from this tournament. What is maybe one really positive thing that you could say this tournament showed you in 2025?
This tournament is so big. We have to go back home and prepare it well to see what is coming next tournament.
And of course, we're looking forward to seeing Uganda in the All Africa Championships 2025. For now, congratulations. You played well. You didn't get the result that you wanted, but as you say, you'll keep training. Best of luck for 2025. We'll be following your story, and we'll see you in the final tomorrow as we watch Nigeria against Kenya. Thank you so much, Paul. Okay, so we just saw the finals, semi-finals now with Femi and Paul. What did you think of the match? Did you enjoy it?
Yes, it was very interesting.
Did you think Paul had what it takes to beat Femi, or do you think Femi was just stronger than him from the beginning?
From my subjective point of view, I think Femi was really good, but Paul really put up a fight.
Yeah. I mean, Paul was on home ground, so the crowd really wanted him to win. The
Yeah.
Kenyans are supporting, the Ugandans are supporting. But do you think it makes a big difference at this level if you're supporting really loudly and really shouting for Paul? Do you think it makes a difference?
Yes.
I think it does, right?
It's like it gives motivation to the player.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now Femi's into the final. He's going to take on Muqtadir Nimji in the finals for the men's. What do you think is your prediction with Mux and Femi after seeing them both playing today?
That's a tight one. It's really hard to tell, though.
Uh-huh.
I believe I don't know. I don't want to decide now. Let the game decide.
Well, I'll decide. I'll take one. I think Femi's going to beat Mux. Do you think that's right? No? We've got to choose.
Mux will fight, I know.
Mux will fight. Okay,
Yeah.
Let's get a response from somebody else. Thank you so much. Let's have a response from over here, ladies. Can you give me your perspective about tomorrow? About tomorrow, do you think Mux and Femi play tomorrow? Who do you think will win between Mux and Femi after seeing them both playing today?
It will be a tight one.
Uh-huh.
we hope to just enjoy the game, but I think Femi might take it.
You think Femi might take it?
Yeah.
What do you think is about Femi's game that Mooks might not be able to handle? Because he's quite an aggressive player, right?
I think the hard hitting, and also he knows how to learn you and play mind games with you. Like he'll be able to interfere with Mook's mind.
Yeah. Did you
If I may.
watch the whole Femi and Kudomi?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I
If
did.
there was like one piece of advice you'd give Paul after this game, what would that one piece be?
Not to listen so much to the opponent, so that they don't enter into your mind and you lose your game.
Was the opponent talking to him a lot?
Not really, like the complaints, cheering, the actions, yeah.
Okay. And have you had a favorite player in this tournament so far?
Kadox and Polite.
Kadox and Polite
Yeah.
from Zimbabwe.
Yeah,
Thanks so much.
thank you.
Our last semi-final of the men's event right now. One more day for tonight before we go to dinner.
I thought Paul would win.
Right from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of his shots weren't really meeting the mark. He had a lot of like drops that went down. He said he went to his strategy, but his strategy just wasn't working. Now, in the final, Mooks takes on Femi. You've seen both of them playing today. What's your predictions?
Mooks to win.
Mooks to win, right?
Yeah.
What is it about Mooks that's going to dominate Femi, do you think, in the final?
I think Mooks is a beast. He's used to tournaments. Mooks
You can start warming up.
has exposure. Has exposure.
And
Also, I'm Team Kenya, so Mooks will be.
yeah, of course. Now, in this tournament, we've seen a lot of like great players and some sort of debuting players. Have you managed to pick a favorite for yourself in this tournament?
Player.
A favorite player?
Yeah.
Who's that player?
Ravi.
Ravi, right?
Yeah. Ravi.
A real fighter, total different style than we used to, and composure. We also saw Enos Mwale. Did you see any of his games?
Also Enos. Yeah, also Enos.
Enos was fantastic, the way he moves, the way he plays. He didn't succeed against Femi, I believe it is. He got knocked out by Femi. But I thought Enos was fantastic.
Enos was
himself.
good.
Yeah, you watched his game.
Yeah, I watched his game.
Okay, so
Just that his shots didn't work.
the shots didn't work, it wasn't his day. So now we're going into the final tomorrow. Your prediction is that Muktajir will win the final. Any words of advice to take on Mooks tomorrow for Femi? What will you tell Femi to beat Mooks tomorrow?
Mooks, Femi can't beat Mooks.
Okay, let's just keep it at that. Femi can't beat Mooks. Okay, we're getting into the last of the semi-finals for the plate event. Stick around with us. Let's get back to our stream.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we have some silence? The game is beginning.
And out 3-1. And out 2-5. Time. Ball is down. 3-5. Left. Oh no, sorry, right.
It's below.
And out 6-3. And out 4-6. And out 7-5. And out 6-7. Seven all. And out 8-7. stroke. And out 8 all. Nine eight. And out 9 all. 10-9 game ball. Game to Vivan. Vivan leads 1-love.
Unless it's affecting my decisions. Yes, but unless it's affecting my decisions.
6-1. Seven one. And now 2-7. Now 8-2. Game ball. Game to Vivan, 11-2. Vivan leads 2-0. Seconds. Vivan leads 2-0. Level. Level. And now 1-0. Time. It was double. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. And now 2-all. 3-2. Two. 5-2. And now 3-5. out, 5-6. And out, 7-5. And that, 6-8. And that, 9-6. And that, 7-9. Eight, 9. Nine all. Match ball. From the left. Match to the mark. 3 left.
You want me to take this one off? Down there? One second, just doing a quick.
I should do 500 push-ups.
Yeah, I know.
500. I've already done 492.
What do you do with a winning strategy, Vivan?
You keep it, you know.
Exactly.
And I'm done. Yeah, just here, it's fine. You can sit.
You want me to sit? Thanks, sir.
Look, tomorrow's the final. We see Femi from Nigeria playing against yourself in the final. We've had a great tournament so far. Have you had any sort of highs or lows so far in the tournament?
It was nice to play Ravi, to be honest.
Yeah.
I thought that was an interesting game. Definitely a type of player I don't come across very often.
Yeah.
Because he does like to go for his shots. He's very good with the racket.
Yeah.
So like you pointed out earlier, I did have to change tactics, play a game that I don't usually play. But to be fair, that's something I've been working on a little bit more in my training, which is kind of, working on a faster paced game a little bit more, because you can't use the same game against everybody.
Yeah. And these players that come from outside, we always find you get into a little bit of a silo if you're only playing the same guys all the time locally. So it's really good to have like the West Africans coming, people like Ravi coming. But what about players going outside of the country? Would you encourage them to try go over to India and play a little session, or maybe to West Africa or Europe?
Well, absolutely. I mean, I'm going to try that myself at some point. Yeah. In fact, I did. So I went to Switzerland so I could travel around Europe and play a bit more PSAs. I did only manage to do one when I went over to the UK, but hopefully another opportunity will come. I'm looking at potentially going to India. But in terms of that, I think the better opportunity would actually to start an East African PSA circuit.
Right.
Because something as simple as just having a PSA associated with the tournament brings so many more different players.
Yeah, and those players, they're playing regularly on these circuits. We've heard of how India is, very intense when it comes to the juniors and having so many tournaments. Now, let's just draw our attention to tomorrow's final with the ladies. We've got Polite in the finals with Nigeria's Rafayat Abdulaziz. Two phenomenal ladies, exceptional talents. What do you think the results will be tomorrow?
Honestly, I haven't seen Polite play in a while. I think the last time I saw her, challenged quite a bit. So I think the last time I saw her play a really tough match was 2022. I think it's going to be interesting, though. I think if you're asking for a prediction, I do think it would likely go Rafayat's way, just knowing from what the scoreline was the last time they played. Although if Polite's been training a lot more recently, I know she's got on the PSA tour, it could turn the tables.
We've seen a lot of change of strategy from people that typically will play a certain type of game, precision, more light hitting, changing to more aggressive play. Do you think that's the pressure that changes the strategies? Or I know we've gone through this and you said it depends on the player, but what is it really that changes a player's strategy to, let's say, be more aggressive?
So typically, in terms of changing a strategy, like you'll have one that you're always comfortable with and always works, right? But against another player, let's say you're a similar level, but just when you're playing this one strategy, that just you're not getting the points. Then there has to be a change. You have to have another backup. You know what I mean?
Now, you're going into the final tomorrow. What's your mindset like? What are you going to focus on when you're going to take on Femi tomorrow?
Well, it's going to be interesting because I've never played him before. In fact, I met him for the very first time when he came for this tournament. So I'm looking forward to it for sure because, completely new match for me. It'll be interesting because, I've seen the way he cracks the ball really hard. And I don't think I want to get myself into that type of game. As much as I think I can play it, I don't think I can play it better than him. So in terms of tactics and strategy, I'm going to have to come up with something.
Once the Uganda Open is done, is there any other tournaments that we can look forward to seeing you participating in the near future?
None planned so far, although there is an Indian circuit, like 2 satellites starting in, is it April? So I'm looking at that. So hopefully I'll be on the tour then, so that's in just over a month's time.
Well, Mox, thanks for chatting to us, and we wish you all the best of luck, especially in the final tomorrow.
Awesome. Cheers, Chops. Thanks.